what's up? It's Grace, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A in honor of me reaching 10,000 subscribers, which is just crazy. Like, I don't even, that's insane, but also very wonderful. So thank you guys so much. So incredible. I asked on Instagram for questions. Most of these are book related, and there's a lot of them, so I don't want this video to be too long, so let's just jump right in. So the first question asked is, what book does this emoji make you feel? And I don't know, like right when I saw this, the emoji makes me like think, oh god, this book is so bad. And for that, I would go with Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. That book was not good. The next question is your top 5 favorite books of this year so far and why? So I would go with The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, which is the second book in the Raven cycle, because it was just so phenomenal. I loved Blue Lily Lily Blue too, but I just like this one, or love this one a little bit better. Then I would go with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I took forever to read this book because for some reason the synopsis of this book really didn't intrigue me enough, but then I read it and I was like, Grace, why'd you wait so long? This book is just perfect. Such a wonderful, such a real book. I loved it so much. The next book is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas, which is the 4th, 5th, I don't know if you could count the novella as a book, or book 0 or something, but this was amazing. I did have problems with it, but overall I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Like, it was just so amazing, and I cannot wait for the next book. This series is one of my favorites. It's so phenomenal. The next book is The Martian by Andy Weir, just because this book made me laugh so much and also showed me how great humanity is, and it was just so funny, and it is pretty heavy on the science side, but it didn't overwhelm me too much. Honestly, I didn't really know what he was talking about for a good chunk of the book because it is just like a whole bunch of science, but like it was really interesting, and even if I didn't really quite grasp all the science terms and stuff, I was still like, okay, if I'm ever trapped on Mars, I'll take this book with me. Hopefully I have it, hopefully. And my favorite book this month is also my favorite book, and that is The Book Thief by Marcus Cusack. This book, guys, is just incredibly beautiful. I talk about it a lot, so I'll just cut this short. It's just, read it if you haven't. The next question asked is, kiss, marry, kill your top 3 favorite male characters. Way to make this really tough, Sophia. Alright. Let me, top 3 favorite male characters are Ron from the Harry Potter series, Levi from Fangirl, and Warner from the Shatter Me trilogy. Okay, so I would kiss, oh god, I would kiss Levi, because Levi is so cute, and I would marry Ron because Ron is just so loyal and so goofy and wonderful, and his family is just top-notch. I would love just to hang around with his family. I would kill Warner. Oh my god. I don't want to do that, but I have to make this sacrifice. Oh god, it's painful, guys. Next question is also asked by Sophia, and that is, if the world could hear you for a few minutes, what would you say? This is a really great question, and I would say to go check out The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear by Gary Yourofsky and the documentary Cowspiracy, directed by, I have the names here, Kip Anderson and Keegan Koo. The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear by Gary Yourofsky is him just telling you about the meat industry and just really setting the line between a meal and an animal, and it's just such a phenomenal speech that really just opens up your mind to a lot of things that you really never thought about, because you're just raised thinking, oh yeah, meat that's food, cow is food, and once I watched that, I was just like, whoa, that's so mind-blowing and so enlightening. And then Cowspiracy is more of the environmental side of what kind of the meat industry is doing to our planet, also along with just a lot of just exploiting our animals in general. It's just very bad for our planet, and it reflects on us as humans, and it's just extremely enlightening. And I just feel personally that a lot of our problems stem from us treating our resources wrongly, and I feel like it could be solved with empathy. A lot of our problems in the world could be solved with empathy, and I'm not like a bleeding heart liberal or anything. That's just what I strongly believe in, and they're 2 things that I've watched that have really changed my life in a very positive way. And even if you are not an animal lover, still watch it because it's so educational, I guess. It just makes you aware of a lot of things that you were never aware of, and you can not be an animal lover and just be like, hey, I want to help the planet out, or I want to help my body out, and it's just, it's so beneficial. So I can link the best speech you'll ever hear down below, and if I can find the link to Cowspiracy, I will link it down below too. I talked about this on my other Q&A, but it's just something I am very passionate about. So, and also it answers all your questions, like, we're humans, we're supposed to eat meat, that's how we were bred, and like, if we don't eat meat, the animals are gonna overpopulate us. Like, all those questions are answered in those two, are in the speech and in the film. So check it out if you guys want to be enlightened, and also just go into them with a very open mind. The next question is, if you had a lit themed wedding, what book would you choose for the theme? I don't think I would ever have a specific book themed wedding like Harry Potter or The Hobbit or Game of Thrones, just because I don't want like to associate my wedding with another thing that's like its own thing in itself. But I would love to have just like a book theme wedding with no specific title, like maybe a cake with books on it, or like a cake made out of not out of actual books, but like, you know what I mean, or like a bouquet made out of pages. I think that's really beautiful. But in terms of being very specific with the book, I wouldn't choose one, but I really like that question. It's very interesting. Next question is, do you plan on moving out soon, and what do you do at your job? Yes, I do plan on moving out. I don't know if it's going to be relatively soon, hopefully in the next like 5-6 months. Everything's kind of just up in the air right now. I'm just trying to save money and hopefully just hope for the best that I'm able to move out. And yes, that is my goal though, to eventually, hopefully in the next like 5 to 6 months, move out. And what I do at my job is I work at a tow company and I answer phones. So like when somebody gets their car towed, they're like, yo, where the hell's my car? And I'll be like, okay, sir, this is all the information you need. Let me send it over to my driver. And sometimes they get real angry and yell at me, but it's quite fun and I don't have to actually see them, so I don't feel too intimidated. So it's interesting. Next question is, if you could have dinner with any author, dead or alive, who would it be? Love you. I love you too, and this is a wonderful question. And for this, I would go with Harper Lee, the author of To Kill a Mockingbird, because it is my all-time favorite classic, and it's just, because it's the only book in school that I read that I absolutely loved and I got a lot from. And I know really nothing about Harper Lee other than like where she went to school and stuff like that, but other than that, she doesn't really like doing interviews or talking to reporters, which I think is actually really cool. And I would like to know a bit about her, just because she's a mystery to me. So yes, that was a really cool question. I really like that one. The next question is, what's your dream job? And my dream job is to become a film actress. I've done a lot of plays, and while I love theater, I like film more. I've done some on-camera work, and I really enjoyed that. And acting has always been a great passion of mine. I've done that since 3rd or 4th grade, and it's right next to my love for reading. I absolutely love acting. Also, I love the production side of film, like how, directing, writing, just all that stuff interests me so much. And yes, so that is my dream job. Next question is your thoughts on ghostwriting. And I didn't know what ghostwriting was till The Girl Online by Zoe Sugg came out, where there was a bunch of, I don't know, I actually do not know if her book was ghostwritten or not. I haven't really educated myself on that, but there was a bunch of rumors saying that her book was ghostwritten, and I looked online what ghostwriting was, and it's when someone takes credit for a book that they didn't write. Maybe they had the idea of, or helped out, but they didn't really do the majority of the work. And I feel like you should, this is confusing, because if you do not give a person credit for their work, I just think that is so wrong. And also just because in college I'm being told constantly that if we plagiarize anybody's work, we will get kicked out of school. And I feel like if you can lose your education on such a thing and then other people can make money off of it, it makes no freaking sense. And I think that it's stupid. So I mean, if you have the idea of a book but you have a hard time executing it, still include their name in the authors, or in the, you know, blah 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 by blah blah blah. Just include their name. Like, if I didn't include someone's name that helped me write a book, I would just feel not right. my conscience would not be conscience. Wow. Conscience would, oh my god, conscience. That's the word, would not be right. The next question is, if you had the power to pick which book should have the next movie adaptation, which one would you pick and who would be the cast as the main character? Love you. Congrats on 10K. Thank you so much. I love you too. And this is a great question and I'm so excited to answer it. And so, just disclaimer, this is going to be a great movie. There's going to be no F-ups with this movie in my mind. So, that would be the Final Empire, the first book in the Mistborn trilogy, and I would cast only 2 people I can think of right now. Okay, so Kelsier would be Tom Hardy, because that would be awesome. And oh my gosh, I think this is perfect. Then would be Rooney Mara, and oh my gosh, I could picture it so perfect. I'm getting so excited on a thing that's not even happening, but hopefully it does, and oh my god, that would be awesome. The next question is Dorian or Kale? Also, where would you travel? Dorian or Kale? Okay, the problem I have problems with both characters. I don't like them romantically for Selena. I just don't think they're right for her. Also, I don't feel like Rowan is right for her either. I just am very confused on the ships in that series. But, as far as character-wise, Dorian, I've never really had an opinion on Dorian. And as for Kale, I loved him in the first 2 books, but the 3rd and the 4th book that I just read, I was just like, is that even the same dude? Like, I feel like his character is very inconsistent, so, I don't know, I'd have to go with Dorian. This question is, what's your favorite Disney movie? And classical Disney movie, I would go with Peter Pan. It's just one of my all-time favorite movies. I want to read the book, I have not done that. And also, the Pirates of the Caribbean, the first movie. I love that movie so much. I remember it came out when I was like 9 or 10 and I was so in love with Johnny Depp. So crazy in love. I had a pillowcase with his face on it and I just remember coming home from school every day and watching that movie, and I can say, and I actually just watched it recently with my niece, and I can still quote like everything line for line, and I'm just like, I feel like I know Jack Sparrow. Not Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow. I feel like I know him. I feel like it's the weirdest thing ever, maybe because I've watched the movie like a bajillion times, but I know him. I know him. That reminds me of the elf. I'm here with my dad and we never met, and he wants me to sing him a song, but I'm here now. Okay. Next question. Can you suggest any creepy Halloween books? And for this, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna have a whole separate video recommending you creepy thriller books, so just look out for that one. So that was my Q&A. If you guys have any other questions that I didn't answer, just comment down below and I will answer them for sure. Also guys, thanks so much for 10K. That is so freaking crazy. That's just so awesome. I just want to mention, my uncle had texted me like the day I reached 10,000 subscribers, and he said, let me go to it. He goes, did you know that over 80% of the cities in the US have less than 10,000 residents? Congrats on 10,000 subscribers. I thought this was like a message from YouTube because it sounds like so formal, but I thought that was awesome. So just, it's not even about the number, it's just really just about all these people coming together and just us just talking about books, and we have the same I don't know, love for it, but also differing opinions, which makes it very interesting. And I have a very hard time communicating my appreciation, but you guys don't even know. I love it so much. I talk about how I love BookTube so much, and I truly, truly do, and I am so thankful for all of you guys, and I love you all so much, and thank you guys so, so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.